Click below to watch the original Sins video.
At first, I didn't believe it either.
Neither did I. Wait, did I miss the part where you explain what the hell you were talking about?
Maybe if you watch just a few more seconds of the movie and see that he does explain it, then you would know, you impatient fuck.
Sometimes these gods have children with humans, called half-bloods.
And Voldemort hates those assholes.
We do not stand for any surface-level comparisons between Harry Potter and Percy Jackson on this channel.
Treetop weaponry. Also, with this insane kind of accuracy at whatever invisible distance this is, why not just throw multiple treetops?
Because accuracy and the ability to throw more than one thing at once are two very different things.
As Talia lay dying, her father, Zeus, found another way for her to live.
Anything but a tree. Anything but a tree. Aw, shit.
What, do you just have some kind of innate problem with trees?
Alexandra Daddario is so hot she makes my body hurt cliché.
This actress is really hot, and that's a sin, apparently.
Good sportsmanship.
According to Jeremy, good sportsmanship is apparently a fucking sin now.
Also, Mechanical Bull was created by the same dumbasses who built the Death Star.
So the lead designer of the bull had secretly gone rogue and intentionally built a weak spot into it for the express purpose of having it destroyed? I know that this video came out before Rogue One, but this still felt relevant.
You are the only living half-blood heir of Zeus, Hades, or Poseidon. Prophecy could refer only to you.
And because I'm sticking to this arbitrary rule that half-blood has to mean half-human in every context no matter what, we won't even bother to bring up the Cyclops dude.
This isn't some arbitrary rule that Chiron has come up with. Literally everyone in this universe has collectively agreed that the term half-bloods refers to exclusively half-god, half-humans. And this was actually pretty well established earlier in the film. So, if you have some kind of a problem with this, then take it up with Rick Riordan 20 fucking years ago. Neither this movie nor the first one bothered to explain the pact that the big three made in order to not have any children, and this just makes the fact that Percy and Talia are their only kids feel really strange, because that implies that Zeus and Poseidon, the biggest fuckboys in all of Greece, were somehow able to keep it in their pants for over 100 years.
Makes the mystical look normal.
This seems made up so that Tyson could have two eyes and they could save on the special effects budget.
First off, yeah, that is almost definitely why they did this. Secondly, in the books, the mist is a mysterious magical force that is so powerful that it can even fool demigods, but in this movie, they turn it into magical fucking perfume.
There just happens to be a mystical cab that takes mystical people places? How do you turn a profit running this kind of business?
With mystical money.
An extra shot of nectar.
Satyrs can't drink nectar.
Luke has Grover.
So Luke just happens to be looking for the exact same golden fleece Annabeth randomly researched on her iPad? Lucky for Luke, Annabeth figured this completely random thing out, because how else would he have been able to kidnap a satyr to help him find the fleece?
Something that Jeremy does a lot that really bugs me is acting like things are coincidences that really aren't. Luke poisoned the tree as a way to get them to use the fleece so they could bring Talia back to life, which is important for Kronos' plan going forward.
You twist the cap off this, you release the winds from the four corners of the earth.
So they accidentally came to DC, Grover just happens to get kidnapped while they're in DC, even though they never planned to go there. Luke's dad is in DC at a UPS store, and he just happens to have some magic plot device in his warehouse? Awesome.
This is a fair sin, and this problem was also completely unnecessary, considering that in the books, Hermes actually sought out Percy instead of the other way around. So this could and should have been so very easy to implement.
Luke's on a yacht called the Andromeda. It's passing by Chesapeake Beach as we speak.
You mean Luke is, at this minute, close enough to track down?
No, he is fucking not. They are in Washington, D.C., and as Martha just said, Luke is off the coast of Chesapeake Beach. This would be a 15-hour walk. Even if they managed to get a taxi or a bus, then it would still have taken at least 40 minutes, at which point the ship would be long gone.
So does Poseidon know a hippocampus based in the D.C. area? Or did he make this thing magically appear? Because he could have made him magically appear closer, you know?
Well, if there is a hippocampus based in the D.C. area, then Poseidon would know it, considering that he has a connection to any and all sea creatures.
Coming?
Oh god, yes. Oh, you meant the journey. Forget what I said.
Gross!
Wasn't easy to find. I had to crawl through the depths of Tartarus itself, then Cleveland.
Tartarus is in the underworld, which is in Los Angeles. Luke would have had to take one hell of a detour to end up in Cleveland.
I think I'm gonna vomit. Yep.
Tyson, the son of the god of the ocean, gets seasick. This movie completely skips over all of the obstacles in the Sea of Monsters and just cuts directly to the fight with Polyphemus. No Scylla, no Circe, no Blackbeard, no sirens, nothing. I get cutting some of them for the sake of time or budget restrictions, but getting rid of all of them just makes this part of the film feel kind of empty.
How did Grover get this disguise? And I guess Cyclopes are supposed to be dumb and half blind, but can he not see the other two eyes that are obviously sticking out from under the fake eye? This is too dumb to be true.
Polyphemus specifically is supposed to have particularly bad eyesight, even for a Cyclops, after Odysseus stabbed him in the eye.
Lord Kronos, he who was betrayed by his sons.
Does this really require a ceremony? Also, why does putting the fleece on the crate bring Kronos back to life? Wouldn't you have to put it on his actual remains?
Jeremy is fine with the idea of putting a blanket on the dead body of a Titan to bring it back to life, but putting it on the coffin is a step too fucking far. Is anyone gonna object if I go ahead and add like 50 missed sins here? No? Okay. Hey, what is Dr. Thorne doing here?
Well, I think you should be the one who
Gets to do the honors.
In the book, the decision to give the fleece to Clarice was actually a strategic decision to keep it away from Luke, but in the movie, because they made the extremely good decision for Luke to get the fleece and use it to bring Kronos back to life, it instead just turns into this weird ceremonial thing.
Finding out you have a destiny is a lot like finding out you have a half-brother who's a Cyclops. Might not be as bad as you think.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, no. The bad part about Percy's destiny is not just the vague, nebulous concept of having a destiny, but instead the fact that the thing he is destined to do is make a decision that will either save or destroy the fucking world.
Trees.
Why did it have to be?
Trees.